right. I think everything is working, which would be awesome. Today, I am working on Softly as a Morning Sunrise. And maybe this isn't working. Maybe it is working. Okay, now it's working. And I'm trying to share it with Facebook. Is that easy? Probably not. So far, all I've done is literally put the melody on the page. So this should be fun. And there are no ads on this stream because I'm not in the mood to put ads on streams yet. I might in the future. Only if I make it a scheduled event. Maybe I'll put them on then. All right, let me post this on Facebook, see if anyone wants to join. I'm only going to be streaming for an hour. And let me post this. Hey, I am streaming, working on small jazz arrangements on Dorico. Join and sign in to ask questions live. Cool. And hopefully this is annoying for the Dorico mods, although I'm sure it is. On Dorico, in Dorico, I said I'm streaming working on small jazz arrangements on Dorico. In Dorico, I think it's in Dorico. Ask questions live. Are these streams as good as... Oh, the letter D on my keyboard is broken. So if you see things just not working in Dorico, it's because the letter D is broken. As good as... Nah, I'm gonna say that. I might say that. I'll say that next time. Are these streams as good as the official ones? Probably not. Okay. Hey, I'm working on streaming some small jazz arrangements. Dorico. Join the site and ask questions. Only working for an hour. Hopefully, I tend to cover things in Dorico that is more niche, and a lot of people don't get answers for, like jazz and rhythm section notation, lead seat notation. It's kind of been my thing. So hopefully answering questions about all that stuff will be helpful. Now, let's see if the audio is working before I post this and look stupid. I think this is working. Okay, I hear myself on my phone. Does my keyboard work? I'm just getting some work done. I have to do some combo arrangements for a high school group. It's like normally it's all right. Myself on my phone. Okay, my whole stream works. I'm going to share it. Thank you for bearing with me. I don't know how to schedule the stream in OBS and then test it yet because I just haven't tried. So here's my arrangement so far. I have the worst mellophone patch on earth loaded up. This is an interesting group because it's a high school group, but they're all pretty talented students. And it's normally a big band, but that's really in the fall during the school year. And what happens during the summer is all the students are like, no, it's the summer. No way am I going to touch my instrument. So I only have a select group of students who are really interested in playing. And that leaves me with 3 trumpet players, an alto sax, and a trombone player for horns. Now that third trumpet player is a really, really good mellophone player. So I thought, hey, why don't you play some mellophone and we can get some really interesting textures out of this group? And it's actually been really cool. And also, while I'm writing these charts, is I'm actually making a tenor sax part that doubles the mellophone part in case I want to like sell these charts later. I don't know, Sheet Music Plus or whatever. And then, because I mean, who's going to be like, hey, come up here, mellophone player. Then they have a tenor sax part. And then that's a pretty, 2 trumpets, 2 saxes, trombone. That's a pretty cool group. So I want to write an intro first. Or maybe I want to do some of the melody first. Or maybe I want to do the intro first. I was probably going to do something pretty typical. Big pedal point. And my sustain pedal. All right. My sustain pedal needs to be taped to the floor. Keep sliding around. Maybe I do. Well, I guess I could just do this tune doesn't really just, it's just those. Some good intros is like the last 8 bars of the tune or something. This one is just the same turnaround. So that don't really work. Maybe we could do an extended turnaround and do that as a pedal point. So here. And then maybe I get somewhere. Yeah, that'd be cool. And the horns can be involved in this and have some kind of moving line. So maybe this. And then they need now like a 13 sharp 11. Ba-da-da-dum, something like that. All right, let's start putting the bass line there. That'll be a good way to start. And I probably need, I see I have people in the chat. Use, but I don't have my chat open. Let me open up my chat. Sorry. Chat loaded. And now, if you say things, I'll actually know that you're there. Okay. So, and I'm going to record this straight in the Dorico. You're probably wondering, how did Dorico just do that so well? When you try to record, it probably comes out pretty bad. If you want to know about that, I have some settings I'm actually going to make a video on to make it really awesome. It's a trick. All right. So that's cool. And then this is going to be my D half dim 7 over G. How are you guys doing? I really appreciate you joining. This is me. I have to get some charts done by Sunday, and I wasn't going to do them, but this is making me do them. Yeah. All right. Let's do a cool pedal point. Alternating between the 2 chords got stale quick. What if we do? I still want to ascend. What is my ascending line? So I have. Maybe that's the top line. All right. So what we're going to do here is harmonize that line with chords. And that will be all my motion, and then boom, ba, ba, do. And why not make that a half step? That'd be cool. I love Dorico's like, yeah, you wanted a double flat there, clearly. It just didn't even fit in my key signature. Okay. So those are correct. When we get here, I do feel that. The next one is definitely that. When we get to this is going to be that sharp 11. Sorry, not. Maybe it is a sharp 11 voicing with a flat 9. No, it's getting too out there too quick. We're going to save that. So flat 9, flat 13. I see it. Before someone says something, I know what I don't know why I put a G over a G. Maybe I'm on to something. G7, flat 13, flat 9. Yes. All right. And that anticipates. And then maybe we do something unexpected here. Like a suspended sound. Might be kind of cool. So we're at that chord, and then we have this chord, and then we have this chord. And then what if we do like this chord? Right? I know I can play I don't like to. Unless it gets this right. Oops. Because that's not what I wanted. But that's me being picky because I like to write my sus chords like this. Actually, I might have to because the D on my keyboard is broken. I appreciate you joining. This is a very budget stream, so don't make fun of me. D minor 7 over G. It depends. I found myself doing that for some things, but when I'm actively thinking about the chord symbols, I type them out like an old man. All right. And then where do I want to go from there? I like the unexpected, going from this like alteredness to this like kind of a resolution, but it's not a resolution because it's still clearly a big 5 chord. I'm doing these all the time in the summer because I have nothing to do until the weekends because I gig. And that way my wife won't make me do chores. All right. Thinking. And I got an E flat, so this could be another one of them. I kind of don't like that though. I was hoping me posting that in the Facebook group wouldn't be annoying, so I appreciate that it's receptive. I don't like to be annoying, although I am sometimes. Maybe this is where I dig out that sharp 11, 9, and flat 13. It's kind of like a whole tone. Yeah, that's it. Whole tone sound. That's what I want. So here I'm doing a G9 with a sharp 11, and I'm going to call it a sharp 5, not a flat 13, because the natural 5 doesn't fit, because now I'm telling you to use the whole tone scale. That's cool. And then do I have my slash playback enabled? Oh, I got a Facebook notification. Someone's checking out my YouTube channel. Hopefully they don't watch one of my videos where the background's music too loud and then tell me about it. Then I get sad. All right, this chord. What is this chord? I think this chord. No, I'm doing the slash playback first. I want to hear what the chords sound like. This is the one video I made because I always forget where it is. I cannot stress enough. I literally watch my own videos. The reason I put certain things in the description is so I can click them to remember what they are, not for you. All right, here it is. Good, and then I don't want to put the lead line in there though. I'm going to voice it underneath. And this chord. How would I voice that down here? Because that's a weird spot. I guess the B flat's already in the lead, so it's okay. And then this can just be the same. And then this can be my nice open, just, yep, there, that, here we go. Welcome to the stream. If you have questions, ask. If you have arranging questions, ask. If you want to talk about your life, that's cool too. Any of you have cats? I have 2. How would I voice? Oh, this is my whole tone. So what I like about whole tones is it's really just, I'm thinking like, it's basically just button mashing. And it sounds good. I literally, my keyboard is on the screen, right? I just played that, but it still sounds hip. Okay. And let's see how this sounds so far. The dog who thinks she's a cat. Explain. Good. All right. So this is, I'm probably going to do I'm not going to annotate. So what, you can add a chord and it makes the slashes. I have a video on that. I'm going to link it. So you can actually directly play the voicing in. I'll just do a super recap and then I'll also link the video. So what I'm actually doing there's one important distinction here. And actually, John, if you right click something and you go down to voices, there's rhythmic slashes. I don't know what these are for. I don't use them, and don't touch them is my advice. Just don't touch them. We're going to be using the change voice. And right now we're using these new slash voices. If you want the visual, I use the key commands, and this is all in that video, and it's really, really descript. But you can either play a voicing like this on your keyboard, and I'll literally just play like a D minor 7. And then I can right click it with it all selected, go to voices and click change voice, and either change it to a voice that I already have added that's a slash voice. In this case, I haven't added one yet, so I have to click new slash upstem voice. And now that voicing is actually saved to that. And if you want to go back, you just repeat that process in reverse, and it saves it back and forth. It's like really cool. But to get the playback of them, that's in the play menu, exactly where you would think it'd be, right? The play menu. But I had a little bit of a hard time finding it. It's under the repeat thing because slash voices are considered repeat structures. That's just one of those things. Just know that in Dorico. You need to use the Okay, so is the change slash voice in the rhythmic slash always goes to that first voice and it won't do the full staff once you have added a voice? Then I'm going to test that because I swear I have not had that work for me. And then here is that setting. But here's a link to that video. Because if that's the case, I'm going to assign a key command to that. Because right now I have a different key command for that. But also, I don't know, John, if there's I have a script so I can do my pace explodes like that. Is there an easier way to do that without a script for other users who want it? Because right now I've just been setting my script to them. The pace explode is like explode in place, right? All right, I'm linking that video. Here it is. All right, I'm so excited for this to work now. So switch back to this voice, and if I play something, if I just select those, and I go to voices and rhythmic slashes, and I click this, you're telling me And it's in, does it always go to the first voice? Because if I have two, it'll always go to the first one. Because I have a feeling that is in a key command. Because I'm going to make sure my jazz people know this. It's one of those jazz features in Dorico that I would say everyone who asks me about it, we all get have been slightly confused about it. You've just answered all our questions. Thank you. What was it called? It was called Voices. Rhythmic slashes. Slashes with stems. Under the change voice. Under voices. Let's look. Let's get this working. Cool. Yeah, I figured it was because I mean it's quick. I have no issue with it. I know there's that is it called Keyboard Maestro? Because I have a Stream Deck here, and I don't know how to assign scripts to that other than that, and I also just haven't messed with it because I'm usually just working. All right, and then this should be under Edit and change to. So is that change to slash voice? Change to accessible in this menu for a key command. I'm looking. Yeah, okay. Let me know if the command that now lets me swap I'll just go to the right click menu. If this, can I get that in the key command menu? I'm sure it's there and I'm just blind because that's how it goes. And I'll continue writing while I wait an answer. And I'm going to put that back. Okay. So these chords sound awesome. I want to find a good harmony for this. This might actually be a full 2/5 here. What does it sound like if I do that? That's pretty cool. So that's going to be just a straight half diminished step. But I'm going to play the chord. I'm going to play the chord this time. That was not it. It has to be root position. I know. That's the issue with when you play enough jazz piano. You play everything in not root position. Okay. And that is, it's just my fault. And then, and then, what kind of voicing sounds good with a root on top? Does Nefska sound good there? Let's put this here. I just clicked the Windows key by accident. Okay, so this should sound pretty cool. I'm just trying to sound a bass line. This is going to be a written bass line for this section. Oh yeah, that's good. And then we just need a good chord there. Honestly, I think it's just G7 flat 13. Because the nines are getting in the way with the effect the root has in the melody. So I'm going to play that voicing. I think this will be good. Cool. Now, the drum groove I'm going to put here is going to be one of those like bonk dunk bonk dunk. It's going to be like a straight something, and then it will go to the swing. I think that'll be cool. I talk about this every stream I do, but I make sure I mention it every time because it's usually people's favorite advice I give for arranging a tune like this is if you just take a standard and you just do the standard, well, you should have just played the standard. Like, why do an arrangement at that point? So I usually try to write some kind of supplementary, like I'm putting myself into this piece and how can I make it authentic? So this is my authentic bit, and then I kind of jam the two together. So now, horns, let's do this. That's going to be my trumpet line. And the way I've been treating this section is I like to pull up, my mini ensembles. Obviously, in a big band, it's easy. You think about the 4 trumpets, the 5 saxes, or the 4 saxes if you treat the Barry separate, or the 4th trumpet and the 3 trombones, and then the bass, different groupings and pairings. For this, I've been doing these 3 and these 2, or these 3 and those 2, because these 2 are particularly powerful players, but also just the instruments in general, also the kits they're playing. These 2 are great melody instruments in the setup. I think I'm going to have these 2 doing guiding tones, some kind of stabby hits. Or I might have it start with 3, and then these 2 will have a harmonized melody. Although I think the chords, the melody will be better in triads. Okay, A flat. So just so all these are going to be like you can shortcut change. Okay. Noted. It'd be very cool if that gets added one day. Hint, hint. All right. So now this sharp 9, flat 9. That might be a little crunchy. Unexpectedly crunchy. No, it's pretty cool. Let's hear what it sounds like. All right. Sweet. Yeah. Yeah, I do the Shift Alt V to make the slash voice. And then it depends. I would say that will work most of the time as long as I don't have other things going on. And that is probably what I do most of the time. Sometimes I just don't think about it while I'm working. What is the use case when I usually don't do that? I would say, honestly, like jazz piano parts, that's probably the go-to. Yeah. As long as I don't get my voices somehow weirdly out of order. All right. This, and then, so, dun, bum, ba-dum, dun. No, if there's a pickup there. So this will have a cutoff on 4 so they can breathe. Do I just click Shift D 3 times because my D on my keyboard's broken and I haven't bought a new one yet. One day, I just got a new car and this is my new home, so I'm too broke for a keyboard at the moment, unfortunately. And if I buy another $20 Amazon one, it'll just break. That's what happened. I don't have my expression map on, so I apologize. The playback sounds bad. And I don't have. I'm only going to let John see how bad my playback configuration is right now. I committed sins. Okay. Here we go. Flat 9, flat 13. I don't want to repeat the same bottom. 2. And then how would I harmonize this passing motion? Chromatic is the easy answer, but chromatic is kind of lame. How about I still have to buy Dorico 6. When is the summer sale? So common tone diminished is cool. That C sharp though. You know, I might just keep it chromatic. And then that actually lands really well. I really want Dorico 6 too, is the thing. But I'm like, new car, new house, summer sale. I know it's coming. Unless I missed it. No, it didn't happen yet. It'll happen. The D on my keyboard is Shift D, Shift D, Shift D. There we go. I am overkill writing the dynamics because high schoolers are going to read this, and if I give them a long note without it, and then I'll have to tell them 20 times to write it in their part anyway. So. Cool. I wish I had my playback template right, but I don't. But I don't want to mess with it right now. Okay. Then that's cool. Mellophone trombone. Let's think about them. I want to give them some kind of rhythmic thing to do. And drink some off-brand Red Bull. All right. Bum, bum. Down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, bum, bum, bum. 1, 2, 3, bum, down. Maybe this should be a pickup on 4. I'll decide on that later. For now, it'll be a downbeat till I make up my mind on that. And they need guiding tones, so. And Aldi Red Thunder. Dude. I've done so many gig road trips on Red Thunder, and I'm about to do one. I have to go film in the Smoky Mountains come July 5th. Have to leave at like 4 a.m. But I have to play July 4th till midnight. It's gonna be I'm gonna have a lot of red. I might be like 2% Red Thunder. My bloodstream. If they were to take my blood, if there was like, I don't know, the Red Cross always calls me. My wife works in the hospital in a blood bank, so it's really relevant. I think about blood a lot. I'm not a psychopath. If they were to take my blood, they could not use it. It's too much Red Thunder in it. Cool, this is awesome. And simple. I'm not going to make this too hard because then the high schoolers will be sad. And we'll open up my voicing here. Yeah, right. There's an E flat up there. If John is still here, is there an easy way to or a script that already exists, or a script repository to auto select all double flats or all double sharps. Because I haven't even messed with the scripts other than the paste explode, especially after that one dude posted a script one time and then he got roasted for it. Ever since then, I was like, nope, I'm not going to do it. Not till I'm good at it. Guiding tones are cool. Well, I'm going to put the guiding tones down here, so maybe I actually put the A. I bet that sounds stupid. So let's not do that. Got my F on top. And then dun. I know where I like to do my resolution first. So that's my flat 13. I got there. G. Let's put nice big open voicing here. And they'll all end up playing together in the last bar anyway, so this will work out. So let's actually finish harmonizing these. So if they have a B and an F, and that's a flat 13, there probably needs to be an E flat and a B. Well, do I need another third? Do I really need another third? Let's find out. Yeah, honestly. Okay. Now let's give them a nice full chromatic ism something here. Could spread these out a little more though. Because if that is... That's a good range for that though. Let me see. But then I have a whole step at the bottom, which is a little weird. We'll see how it sounds. So dense. I kind of like the stability of the third though. So maybe... Oh, I can't put... I'm stupid. Why am I putting a D in there? That was dumb. I don't want the D. And I'm back at where I started. Okay. Amazing how that works. F sharp. I'll make that some kind of D7. And probably altered. So that's going there. We'll put a C there. And here we'll put an F sharp. But I don't want to double the F sharp because that's lame. Why not an A flat? And we'll make it a sharp 11-y thing. A whole tone-y thing. Which actually work pretty well. How about that? I bet this sounds like crap. No, it's good. Okay. This one. I have an F. What if I just do something really generic? Like this. So this bar should sound cool. Look at that. Jazz. I'm working so slow. I need more red thunder. Okay. So let's fill this out. They here want, honestly, the same thing. So bum 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 bum. And let's have them all hit that together because that would be like super cool. I think it'd be super cool. And they have the F, and we'll give them a... Do they want the D? Do they want the D? Do they want the D? That's the 5th, so it's kind of lame. And I didn't give him a C yet, so no. Okay. Okay. I feel like there's not quite enough motion. Dun, 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 ba-da. Oh, I know. Dun, 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 ba-do-do. And then now we'll actually have this ascend. Okay, that should be cool. And then we don't actually have the E flat in here. So that should be nice to put that there. I know I can use the shift T, or no, not shift T, shift whatever to have done it at once, but I didn't. Okay. Who is texting me? Apparently my parents are going to meet at my house Thursday to buy a dog. Okay. That's a note. And then there do no. Yes, that one's good. I bet this is way cooler, but it's immediately got like half a grade harder. I don't like how that lands on downbeat. So ba 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 da ba ba do da. So ba dun dun da da dun ba do da 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 da, and that should be on a downbeat, and that's a marcato. And I think that makes this lack of motion cool now because we had a lot of it. So now it wasn't like, oh, you're not doing anything. There isn't a filter for double flats. Okay. I attempted to make a script to do it, but I failed miserably. But I think it is possible. But I have to do that in my free time, which I have done. And technically this isn't free time because this is work. That downbeat sounds so trash. I don't know. What was I thinking? You know, actually, I'm going to chop it up too. I don't have my playback stuff right now, so it's not actually doing the right articulation. And okay, and I know what drums I want to put there. I just don't know how to. Well, I know how to notate them because they're in a different project, and I'm going to copy and paste them. Yeah, the double flat thing would be awesome because usually I just end up with enough where I'm like, and then I end up just selecting, you know, and then go to the filter and do it, and then I just, you know, move them all up. I would say a lot of them are actually correct for like other styles of music, and also C flats. But I get why that one's in the pitch filter. It isn't like a dedicated thing. Selecting like C flats and F flats automatically, because even if I am in a weird key like G flat, this is more an arranging philosophy. Um, and I adamantly go on Facebook groups and argue this one is in jazz. I even in the key of G flat, I'm probably not gonna write a C flat. Um, like if it's not in the key signature, like if I'm blatantly doing something that's obviously in G flat, I would still not put a C flat. Like if I have to write the accidental, because it's probably in a bebop line, it's probably not that diatonic, and they're just going to mess it up every time. I'd rather just put the B natural and have it not make sense to the conductor. The conductor will be like, "Why would you should just put this?" And they're like, "But they sight read it right. That's what matters." And then here we'll put maybe a moving melody line. I know there's an E flat, so, and then just guiding tones there. Okay. I'm trying to channel my whole tone. It's my favorite whole tone lick that I can play really fast on trumpet, but just not a, yeah. There's that the one I don't know about scripts enough to talk about them. Actually, I'm not going to try. I just know if you try to do it with your select, like if I make a script that selects all and then goes to my filter, I don't know how to access the stuff to make the actual filter selection in the filter. It just pulls up the filter and then applies what was ever previously in the filter. So I just have to figure out how to access that, and then I would make it work. But I just haven't tried. Okay. So that line kind of is cool. Maybe really cool if I could get a triplet in there. So now I'll just leave it as is. Nice dinner time. That's right. You're not American. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. And I only have 10 minutes left anyway. I have to return an Amazon package. How many Amazon packages do you all return? Because I return like 3 a week. All right, I'm going to harmonize this, and it's going to be good. I promise. I'm going to do this in thirds, and it should work really well. So if I do this, I broke my roll. That's cool. And then I go down to B. Dun, do. Then I can copy this one. That G. And then the F sharp is going to be something else. So that G, do that. Yeah, that looks good. And then this, what if I do a D flat 9? Flat 13. And double the third. Yeah, there we go. That sounds cool. Okay, there's my horn intro. I'm very happy with that. It shouldn't have taken an hour. I'm just talking a lot. Amazing how I didn't even look at the melody. That's the melody. We all know Softly. It's an easy tune. I am purposely picking easy tunes because the way I actually instruct this group, I can't remember if I talked about this last time. It's pretty cool. What I do is I have them come in and we actually learn the tune by ear, and then I teach them some principles like improv, chord scale stuff, but like basics. And then some of the students take lessons from me, and then they get some more in-depth stuff. And then, since we learned Softly by ear, now I go and prepare an arrangement, and then I bring it back the next week or the week after that, and then we play it. And then now, instead of giving them a chart, and then they are like, struggling to read the notes and like struggling to read the notes like that because that's kind of difficult. There's a repeated note. I have to fix that. And then I point at them and go, you're the chosen one. You have to solo in front of everyone after you just struggle to sight read this. They'd be miserable. Instead, they already feel a little bit comfortable soloing. So now they're just reading the notes. All right, repeated notes. You all know how I hate repeated notes, right? That's a repeated note. Why would it put any sharp? Because it hates me. I bet this looks fun. Nope, not at all. There's my reason. Come back, John. Look. C sharp. C double sharp. How did I accidentally write the same thing twice? Anyone here atomic? So I tried it. The brass is awesome. I'm going to say that. The brass is fantastic. Like super awesome, super tight. And the way it does the playback with the 2-bar prep thing, as long as you program it to a MIDI controller so you can have real-time playback when you're writing, and then when you go to do like playback, and then it puts the 2-bar delay, it's pretty good. The saxes didn't do it for me. They were too expressive, but that's also a little bit of a personal preference because I like my saxes to be pretty straight until they're supposed to be expressive. Same with vocalists. I was actually in a recording with a vocalist. I should say no. Every recording session I run with a vocalist, I tell them to use less vibrato. And it's not that they don't sound great. Especially the vocals I had last night was phenomenal. She was great. But I was like, hey, if you consciously think about not using vibrato, the vibrato that naturally gets added sounds like it's like awesome, and it's like just enough where it's like, now I want more. Whereas the expression that I get in the atomic big band saxes is too much sometimes, just like bends here and there, or like what they would call inflections. I don't think it was that much money. How much does it cost? For the price, it's not that bad. If you could get it on sale, I would say, yeah, especially as someone who owns like lots of sample libraries, because that's just something I do. I think it's worth it, especially the light one. If you can upgrade later, probably worth it. Especially because it's a VST, you can combine it with other ones, and it's not a big deal. So, and I've been meaning to do that, except I've been just recording all my own work, so I haven't really bothered with the MIDI playback that hard. All right, so this chord here needs to be changed because I hear this has a B. This needs to be. Cool, and I know I have a doubled voice, but that's okay. That sounds awesome. This should be a cool intro. And the thing that'll really sell is dynamics. That I'm not going to notate right now. Bum, ba-dum, dum, 2, 3, 4, dum, 2. So this is just a mix of random stuff. Normally, I'm way more into the playback. Like for my big band scores, I have a template and all that. Right now, I'm using, and this is actually what I do use, but I have a playback template so the articulations actually work. This is called Session Horns Pro Contact. And they are awesome, good deal, and they get the job done. And for piano and rhythm section, I'm using this is called the Grandeur, whatever. That comes with complete Native Instruments complete, and that's important because if you don't know what complete is, it's kind of like just a big package of stuff. It has lots of stuff, right? So the grand piano you want is in the complete ultimate of this. In the upright bass I use, here's the ultimate. It's not cheap. The upright bass I use is in the factory library, so it's also included in this. And the drum kit I normally use is also in this. The drum kit I'm actually using now because I'm just kind of testing it out, and it's actually really, really nice, which there is no drum playback now, so that's meaningless to all you, is the Jazz Essentials for Groove Agent. And you can get that. It goes on sale all the time on Steinberg's website for like $20. It's not half bad. If you go look at my reel that is coming out today, I've been making these little quiz videos for fun because they're fun. At 4 o'clock, you can hear the drum kit playing a Latin groove that I programmed. Right. So I'm happy with this. Here I'm just going to finish programming my walking bass real quick so I have some reference stuff. In case you don't know this, you can select anything you want and press R to repeat the whole thing. There, I just repeated my drums across the whole score, or a lot of the score. So now let's think about some of the worst walking bass you've ever heard in your life. Just an F minor 7. The samples are good, but I just need the most basic bass line I can think of. Cool. That's a bass line, I guess. There we go. So now, let's start thinking about some melody stuff. I'm going to put this. The mellophone player I have is particularly strong, so I actually do want him to play the melody in the A section. I think it'll be pretty cool. I think trumpet 2, alto sax, and trombone can do some backgrounds. So maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba-da. And they can do ba-ba-ba-da, ba-da-da, stuff like that. And my singing voice is awful. My students hate it. All right. And that is an easy voicing tune. One, two, three. 2, 3. I'm thinking so hard. 1, 2, 3. Boo doo. 2, ba. I don't know why I'm hearing this as a not correct. So you can paste and explode. I was showing off my script earlier, the paste explode in place script, which I can share with people on. I need to do that on the forum. I did a while ago, but I'm sure it's buried. Or you can do this and select the stabs you want and then explode across the concurrent stabs. So. One, two, three. Yeah, that's what I want. 1, 2, 3. I don't, but I might make one because I have to make one because I haven't made one. Because the way I do it has been very, very bad. The way I do it is I've never actually done the thing where you go into the play. That's not it. Where you're like in here and you go to like playback template. I've never like saved my own playback template. I've never made an endpoint configuration, which is funny because I know how to do it all. Instead, what I've done is I have made a project, and in that project, I've just stored everything, and then I've never actually saved it as an endpoint configuration. Why? I don't know. So I should make one. So maybe I will. Ultimately, it's like I have a ton of Cubase experience, and it's pretty similar. So to me, it's just not very foreign, but I understand why it would be concerning for someone who's like, I haven't had to do this before, like in Finale or Sibelius. Well, it's a DAW, and I'm used to that. And this is our voicing. My favorite voicing I ever used to death, because that's how it go. I want to see how Dorico figures out what chord I'm trying to play. If I play this, is it going to say sharp 9, sharp 5, or is it going to say flat 13, sharp 9? I accept that as an answer, but it's not what I want. I have a feeling I can do that. In Dorico 6, I can set like a filter or something. Okay, back to where it was. Yeah. Over-articulate for my high schoolers. Not like that. And paste. Load here. Yeah, those are backgrounds. Cool. I'm going to finish the backgrounds for this A section, then I'll wrap up, and then I'll probably do, I honestly might do more of this later at like a stupid hour, like 9 p.m. That's not that late, but I get up every day at 5, so that's pretty late for me. I guarantee I'm just reusing backgrounds I use all the time, but they sound good. I'm basically writing in iReal, and it's cringe. All right. And I'm gonna say second time only, but with a space. And paste that. And then I might have, I'll just let him play the melody twice and do one of these. Expressive. I can even italicize it. Look at this. You know it's serious now. And everyone should play this together because it's like the line. Yeah. Should a trombone player play that? It's just too high. Is it cool down octave? It's probably cool down octave. Maybe if it's I'm gonna make that like a super short note. And then put a harmony on the last two. I think that'd be cool. I missed. Oh, I really missed. What did I do? Keyboard select. Then I can't miss. Okay. That's probably too low and crunchy of a voicing for this. I don't like it. What if I do this? Look. There, now I can move everything up because trumpet won't play that. So, and then give them just harmony on the last two. And that is some kind of G altered chord, but it has a 5 in the melody, so it probably has to be a flat 9. I would like it if I could add another extension. Can I put a sharp 9 flat 9 in there? It might be a little too crunchy for this moment, but let's try it. Yeah, let's try that. As long as it's not dumb. No, it's very appropriate. Okay. It resolves well. Although I don't really like those gaps, but that's the alto player. Who cares? And then that line will stay there. Actually, they will all get it. And make it some kind of stabby thing. Like this. And put a fall. Yeah, look at that. I think that's clever. Hopefully it's not dumb. And I will leave the horn with the double of that, and then everyone else will get a harmony. So I'll write a 3-part under that. And what time is it? I have 2 more minutes, so I better write this quick. Wow, I have a lot of messages from my mom. I better call her back. Okay. You grow up, you're married, you have a house, you have a job, you're a professional musician. Call your mother. Okay. Got that. I can probably... No, that's some kind of D. Or maybe I can alter it. Make a G alty thing. And this is probably also a G alty thing, but I'm going to open the voicing up. Or no, that's... I'll make it a C minor. 11. And then this is A flat. Make this my half diminished. 2, 3. Do that. And then this. Dun. This line might be terrible. Oh wait, I didn't mean to put 4 notes. So that's cool. We can delete notes that are stupid. Like this one. And that one's stupid too, I know. Okay. And let's cut that. Yeah, let's paste this. What I clicked the wrong button. Come back. All right, paste. Well, I'll fix that later, but I'm gonna just put a stab here. And then lead trumpet gets to chill. They don't need to do stuff because I want them to play high. So this will go down to a D. That'll be B flat. That'll be an E flat. D, B flat, E flat. A nice big open voicing. Look at that. And a fall. Okay. I have to get my wife from work, so I have to leave. Don't be late. Okay, that's really cool. And then all these are actually second time only. Except him. He's expressive. And then this is going to be a play every time. Every time one word? Why am I overthinking that? Every time. Yeah. Learn why every time is not a valid compound word and how to spell it correctly. But it looks so much better. What do you think? Who needs proper English? This is jazz. There we go. That looks cool. Now, you can suppress the playback of second time only stuff really easily by selecting it, going to suppress playback, playback, okay, click on passes, and I'm going to suppress it on the first playback. And then I could have group selected that, but I figured it was easier just to do it like that. Cool. So now that only plays the second time. Everything else plays every time, and obviously that's in the first ending. I need that to play. And sort of just put a phrase marking over that. They'll hit that stab, and that sets us all up for the second ending. And then, you know, that shouldn't play every time either. So let's also make that suppressed on the first pass. Suppress on passes on one. Cool. I don't feel like I need to write play every time on the first ending, but at the same time, I had a rehearsal where I had a first ending in the exact scenario like this, and no one played the first ending. So I feel like I need to do it. And I even wrote the word play. So, play. Can't mess that up. Surely, right? That means play first time. No, it sounds like play one time. I'm just going to leave it. Maybe it was the fact that I added the text that confused them. Put a rehearsal marker, even though it's not formatted and nothing looks good. And I know these drums look like crap. Now they look great. Look at that. How did I do that? Swing. Oh, wait, no, I say ride, swing. That's a professional looking drum chart right there. Slashes. And then I'm giving the bass one of those walk, but I'm going to leave the part in there just in case. You never know. Cool. All this looks good. I'm going to put in as written up at the top. So, da ba do do 2, 3, 4. Ba da ba da ba da ba do 2. I'm going to put this pickup right here. And I'm going to delete these 3 measures. Look at that. And I'll even give these guys an accent so they know they matter. There we go. This looks pretty good. Ooh. Okay. I don't know if my microphone just picked up my neck cracking, but I just felt my whole spine either grow or shrink an inch. I'm not sure which. Okay. I'm pretty happy with this. Let me just look at the page view so far of this. 2 pages done. I know I need to put that drum groove there. And one, I'm a big advocate for putting your second endings on that page. No one wants to see it. I want to see the top of my rehearsal marker in the top of this section. I don't want to see the second ending. So that looks cool. And then you're probably wondering, oh, but CJ, if you extend this, I'm missing the number 8. How do they know it's a number 8? You can do that if you want. I will split it, and then I will go to down here. There's the count from. I'll put a number 8. Now there's an 8. Okay. That's all I have for today. I'm going to be doing these all the time, so feel free to join. It looks like John might join again in the future, hopefully, so we can bother John. It's very fun. Thank you again for watching. I'm going to have videos and reels and just comment on stuff that you like. It's fun. I love music. This is fun. Have a good rest of your, is it a Wednesday? Tuesday. Have a good rest of your Tuesday.